Drew McIntyre hugs Cody Rhodes in the ring. Tiffany Stratton finally cashes in and becomes WWE Women's Champion. The new bloodline come out on top in 6-man tag action in the main event. If you want to see how it all happened, stay tuned.
The first 3-hour show of a Smackdown starts with Cody Rhodes coming out, cutting a promo.
He does drop a bombshell on us all that Cody is actually not even cleared to compete because of his neck injury. Not even cleared to wrestle.
I feel like that should be pretty obvious with the amount of abuse he had and the stretch he was coming out. Drew McIntyre's music hits and comes out to Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
And hugs him.
That was about as awkward as it was in the fucking ring, dude.
So weird, dude.
I don't understand where that came from. It was obviously they go back. They were in a tag team, but it was so out of nowhere. I've not seen a hug in a wrestling show.
DM Hunk tells him. Sorry.
You're really gonna call him DM Hunk after he hugged another grown man?
He tells him he's on his side. And Cody doesn't believe it. And Cody says, let's go right here, right now, when he knows he's not medically cleared.
Yeah. He says, I don't believe you, Drew. You want this title, so we can do it right here, right now. He jumps out of the ring and he says, Cody, you should watch your back. And immediately after Drew says that, the crowd pops and Kevin Owens comes out from behind Cody and just starts stomping on his neck again. And we're still a bit confused whether Drew orchestrated that, whether Drew would have helped Cody. You know, we don't know. But very confusing opening, but entertaining nonetheless.
Very, very weird opening. Number one Drew McIntyre fan here. I have no clue what just happened. That was just weird. We start off with the first match of the night. Shinsuke versus Andrade. Good match. Just because it's 3 hours, they get a lot more time to really work the match instead of like having very fast matches. Do you get what I'm saying? They
do, yeah. And what I will say is, of all the matches tonight, this was the most forgettable, which is a shame because both men are very talented. Shinsuke looked maybe weak, might not be the word, but he was getting his shit rocked all match.
You know, he looked terrible the whole match, and eventually he gets his nice little knee in the back.
He does.
And that's just about him. That's all she wrote.
Yeah, Shinsuke wins again, and LA Knight comes out at the end, actually, now you mention it, and throws hands with Shinsuke, who bails out the ring with his title. LA Knight wants the microphone, as he always does, and he just tears Shinsuke to shreds on the mic. He says he's coming for that championship, no one's going to stop him, and we're excited to see that. But moving on.
Backstage promo with Pretty Deadly Apollo. Apollo tells him, we know you're lying. Oh, well, snitches get stitches.
Legardo del Fantasma come out, which is Santos's crew. And they know Pretty Deadly lied, so they hold them against a wall and bully them. It was very high school tonight back in the backstage.
Yeah.
Then you had DIY come in. Tommaso Ciampa looked like a kid holding his replica belt all night, and he's saying, we'll give you if you keep lying for us and stay on our side and help us out, we'll give you a title shot.
I want Pretty Deadly's title shot. They helped him retain the titles. We got to get that.
If they could sneak a win and capture tag team gold, it wouldn't even surprise me these days, man. Those tag team titles are flying around teams. I think it'd be kind of cool.
Piper Niven versus Michin. Solid match. Michin wins.
Yeah, and the last time we saw Piper Niven in a ring, it was match of the night against Bianca. And immediately Michin comes flying off the ropes with nice hurricanranas, taking her out to the ring. Does a hurricanrana off the apron. And Piper's selling really nice. And, you know, she moves really well. And Michin looks all the better for it because Piper's selling for her. And it was a good match. There was a moment during it when... I don't even want to talk about this.
Oh, God. I don't know what he's about to say.
Michin just starts fucking twerking in the ring.
Oh, yeah. That was so weird. She just...
called it the long back. And Michael Cole's like, yes, go Michin, go Michin. And she's twerking in the ring. I don't know what to make of it.
The long back and what?
Yeah, me neither. I don't know.
It was just weird. I don't know. What's it with WWE stars all wanting to twerk? We need Becky Lynch back to set everyone straight.
Yeah. Michin picks up the win, and is carrying some momentum. It looks like she's coming back for that US Championship off of Chelsea Green. Next, we had someone coming into the arena from the back, and he didn't want to go through the metal detector scanner. Who was it, Beav?
My name is Paul Heyman.
Cuts a heater of a promo. Paul Heyman comes out to the ring, and the camera is just focused on him the entire time, like in his face, talking about the match coming up on Monday. There's no rules except there has to be one winner and one loser. Talking about WrestleMania and about how Solo Sikoa allegedly stole the Ula Fala basically straight after the match out of Roman's bag. Spoke about how Roman and himself, Paul Heyman, had been training Solo to become the next tribal chief when Roman was ready to step down. So he basically hijacked all that knowledge from them and then cut a few decades off the plan and just stepped in and took over Roman.
And then Solo comes out, his music drops, and everyone's worried. Paul Heyman needs to get out of there. I don't know what he's doing, waiting to hear what Solo's got to say after last time.
Yeah.
But he stays, they talk, and Solo basically tells him that if he loses, then Paul Heyman can take the Ula Fala, put it on Roman. But when he wins, Paul Heyman's going to put it on him, and he's his forever.
Yep, he will be his tribal chief forever. And this isn't just about the Ula Fala anymore, which is massive anyway. It's not just about them being a tribal chief, which is also huge. It's now about who gets the wise man. It's a custody of Paul Heyman match, and it couldn't be bigger. And now, Bev, I remember you saying now you think that Roman has to win this match because now it's for the wise man as well.
Yeah, which is kind of... I thought Solo had a good chance of winning. But then after that stake happened, yeah, it's probably going to Roman.
You think it's got to be Roman? I still think it'll be Solo. I still think it'll be Solo. The last time I was out here, you put me through a table in front of my own family, and he calls them animals, not to his Solo's face. And he says Jacob Fatu's not welcome anywhere outside of a US prison. And he's just putting them all dead to rights, and it's very brave from him. I was thinking, isn't Solo in the building tonight? Isn't Paul wary of them coming out? And he stood there and he said Solo told him he's going to have to acknowledge him and he wins, and he's going to be his forever, which sent a shiver down Paul's spine. Paul exits the ring, and yeah, he's definitely got a lot to think about ahead of this upcoming Monday. And next, what do we have, Bev?
DIY versus MG.
What a fucking match. What a
match.
My
God, what? Yeah, honestly, dude, Motor City Machine Gun, they are so fucking good in the ring, dude, as a duo. The moves they were hitting just look so clean, and I mean, they have been doing it for like 20 years.
Yeah, a long time. Yeah.
It shows, dude, the way, oh my days, everything they're hitting, so nice.
It was really nice, and they had a lot of the offense.
And Motor City Machine Gun, they had it won, and Pretty Deadly comes out because they're getting chased by, I don't know their names.
Legado del Fantasma, Santos' crew again. They come out and interrupt the submission. Not even a submission, they interrupt just the finishing move that MCMG were about to hit. And you think, great, here's where the schmoz happens, they're going to lose now. They even fight off Pretty Deadly and still look like they're going to win. But then Legado del Fantasma come out, chase Pretty Deadly around the arena, and then, do you remember the finish, Bev?
Yeah, they dragged one of the Pretty Deadlies into the ring, breaks the spot up where they're holding them, and ref DQs.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is what happens, yeah, and that's how the match gets called out. It was a very, very fun match, and I didn't want the championships to go straight back to MCMG. I didn't want DIY to batter them as either, so I think it was a good ending to the match, and it keeps the rivalry looking good.
We had two backstage promos back to back. First one being between Carmella versus Sami, talking about who was winning that fight. It was obviously Sami, but Carmella's just delusional. Then the Jey and Jimmy come, and where they just back Sami, and then Carmella looks like a pussy and just walks away. We had Jey bump into a KO at the end of that segment.
Did.
And what did Jey say to...
Jey said, I think you need to watch where you're going.
And then KO goes, you better watch your back.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Cold as ice, still carrying around that winged eagle belt. I don't know who keeps letting him in the building every week, dude. And next up,
Cody, and Cody discussing with Nick about their upcoming match and how he needs to stay healthy if he's going to make it there. And Cody just doesn't care. He says, if I see KO or anyone who looks like KO, I'm beating them up.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy because there's a lot of fathers in the crowd
They look a lot like KO.
now in Cody's scope.
Yeah, Cody's just saying that he can't take any time off because of how big the upcoming week is for WWE. And next up, we had categorically what I can say is match of the night.
Main event. What was the main event?
It should have been at least the main event, yeah.
For sure.
Especially with what would come to happen after the match. So, Naomi versus Nia Jax for the Women's WWE Championship. Immediately, I'm excited for it. You're excited for it too, right?
Yeah, because the first one was really good. When they had their first fight a couple of months back, it was a barn burner.
It was a barn burner.
And this one was no different. This was just as good as the first one.
It was. Every time Naomi and Nia Jax come together, there's something about the classes, the way Nia is just an immovable object, and Naomi's just bouncing, flying off the ropes. Every time they come together, it is fireworks, and tonight might be their best encounter yet. I implore you to go and watch the match if you haven't seen it. Naomi hit a Samoan drop on Nia Jax. Naomi looked multiple times like she was going to have it won. Nia was kicking out so much of everything. I was like, how are they going to do this where we know Nia's... we thought we knew Nia wouldn't drop the title. How are they going to keep it and still make Naomi look good? But they found a way. So after the match, what happened, Bev?
Tiffy's music hits. We didn't know where she was this whole time. She comes out with a referee, with the Money in the Bank. She comes down, and you think she's about to cash in. She whacks the referee with the Money in the Bank briefcase and baits everyone. Whacks Naomi with the briefcase.
Yeah.
And all my days, I thought...
When we saw Tiffany Stratton fake the cash-in again after such a massive pop, after such a great match, my heart broke a bit because I was stunned. I was like, is this how they're ending this match? Really? No, with Tiffany helping Nia retain, hitting with the briefcase, and just that's how it ends, a schmoz. After Naomi gave it her all and looked great. So yeah, Nia hits the Annihilator, pins Naomi, and that ends it. But after that, she's going up again to hit her again, I think, after taking out Bianca. And Tiffany hits her, like you said, with the briefcase. Bianca Belair gets a KOD on Nia, which is even more impressive than the Piper Niven one, because I didn't realise how big Nia Jax was, height-wise as well. Taller than Piper Niven. And Tiffany hands the briefcase to the ref. I'm cashing in. The ref accepts it. Lillian announces it. It's real. It's happening. We can't believe it. I'm going to put some of our reaction in. It's also up on TikTok. This is the biggest pop in no pop history that we've ever had. And she's just waiting for the bell to ring. Tiffany's already in position. Nia is fucked on. She's done. She's been through so much. Tiffany hits the prettiest moonsault ever. 1, 2, 3, and it's glorious. It is glorious. And
the show should have ended there. That should have been the end of the show.
That is just what I was about to say.
It was brilliant. It's Tiffy time. It's Tiffy time. And it was really good. But then we get another match after this.
How do we get another match after that? Are you joking?
I mean, it's between the bloodline and the bloodline.
Yeah. And it's not that this was a bad match. It wasn't a bad match. It was slow for parts, but there was great offense. There was great teamwork. Everyone had their moments. There was a triple hip bump by Sami, Jimmy, and Jey. I love the chemistry between those three. Like it is Sami is an Uso. That shit warms my heart. And Jacob looked great. Solo looked great. There was a part when Solo was just shrugging off Sami's offense, which just blew my mind. Like they're really trying to make him look as good as possible before he goes against Roman. They want him to look as legitimate as possible. And then it ends, and it's not even like if this was the main event and Sami, Jimmy, and Jey won, huge pop, show closes, that would make a bit more sense. But it doesn't. And I don't think it should have done. I think it was the right choice to have the new bloodline, Solo's bloodline, win. But to end the show, it should have. This could have opened, or I don't know. I don't know.
He had Drew McIntyre come out.
Did do nothing.
Just to get, I don't know what Jey did to him, like suicide dive, and that was it.
Clean him out,
and then he was gone.
Drew's sort of lingering around that main event because he hates he hates every Samoan in the company. He hates. Not much else to say about it, but overall, the cash in alone makes this show so memorable and so good. I had a great time watching it, and getting to that point with the Nia and Naomi match, I was tired. It was a 3-hour show. We're not feeling very well at the minute. And I was like, God, when is this shit done? But then the Nia and the Naomi match and the cash-in, it was like a shot of adrenaline. But then the main event kind of sold at the end. But it's still a very good show. So many segments. And then this is it. Netflix next week. If you missed the show and want to see clips, they're on our TikTok. Thank you for watching this far. If you have done, subscribe if you feel so inclined. If you missed Raw last week, it's up on the channel. We've got last week's Smackdown. We've got all sorts. Got even more coming up. Predictions, tier lists, all sorts. So make sure you don't miss it. Thank you very much for watching. And did we get one? Did we get one this week, Bev?
Do I have it? Do I have anything to say?
Yeah.
Nope.
He's teasing us this week. He's teasing us.